G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here again with another live stream for you. We're doing the 12 days of Christmas. I think we're up to day 8 now, we're treating these 12 days of Christmas as looking at what are the great things we're really thankful for or grateful for in the homebrew community of Marvel United, or even sort of broader gaming and that sort of thing as well. And just having some fun chatting and giving shout outs to folks in the community. So hello to the two early birds that have joined us already. And I'm going a little bit earlier than I've gone in the last couple of nights as well, because I've got to spend some time charging up the battery for the camera, because I'm also trying to film a playthrough tonight, but I forgot to charge the camera, so I thought, oh, I'll swap it around. I'll do this now, and then I'll do the game afterwards. So g'day to Sin, and hi to Dan. We can't escape it. That's all right. That's all good. All good. So yeah, so we're basically here to sort of have another chat about some luminaries in the Marvel United world. And thanks again to Dan for the giveaway we've got happening at the moment with his Santa Claus homebrew creation from Minis from Mars. So if you missed that with the last video, I'll put that link in the description. I think I forgot to do it when I was setting up the video for this one, but I'll put it in this video as well. I think I'll do it in each of the videos that I do in between now and I guess Christmas Eve, I think, is when I'm drawing the prize, although it'll be Christmas Eve in Oz rather than the States, I guess, so just depending on where you are in the world. G'day to Battlestar Koala. Hello, Clara, how are you going? Sorry. Oh, man, I had this moment during the middle of the day. I'm like, wait a minute, I said hello. Oh, no. So apologies. I get Battlestar Koala and a bear killer mixed up in my head. And this is the most embarrassing thing about this is because when I think a bear killer, I'm thinking like a killer of a bear, as in the animal, even though the spelling of bear in that name is Bare, not even the animal. So I don't know what I'm thinking, but there you go. So but at least I'm happy to realize that a bear killer is not actually about killing bears, so that's nice. So that's good. Sorry to Giro for that too, but yes, there you go. So apologies to Clara and Giro for getting you guys mixed up with your what do you call it, YouTube handles. So yes, but welcome folks, welcome. And we're going to be talking about, speaking about two folks that I get mixed up. These are not two folks that I get mixed up, but they are two folks that are a dynamic duo, and they're a very, very prolific homebrew pair. And I'm speaking about xnellynelx and Norrlyth from the Marvel United or Simon United Discord server there, and also I believe they're on other Marvel United communities as well. But they produce a ton of homebrew, and I just wanted to take you through, spend some time taking you through just I froze there on my screen, so hopefully you guys are still seeing this, but I just really want to take you through and show you. I think I know I sort of talk a lot about how much stuff they make, but I want to actually show you just how much content they've put out, and I just can't believe how like consistently high the quality is with this stuff. And what's really lucky is these guys, they work together on their designs. They play test together, so I think they get a lot of play testing done. I think the stuff that comes out has been through a lot of rigorous sort of playing and that sort of thing, and so I always appreciate it. I know I've sort of jumped in and sort of taken part in some of the play testing and that sort of thing as well, but yeah, they definitely take their time to make sure they get it right, but somehow still get it out really quickly as well. So I don't know, I don't know what black magic they're doing there, but yeah, it's fantastic. And I also want to point out, I had tried to organize with Norrlyth as well to show off his some of his Mortal Kombat designs, and I just end of the year at school and stuff like that has sort of snowballed. So apologies to Norrlyth, I haven't really sort of kept up with that, but keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully soon we can get that organized. So I'll have to sort of touch base with him again and see when he's free, and then we can sort of maybe try and do a bit of a live stream or something on Tabletop Simulator to show that off. So yeah, looking forward to it. So But let's have a look at just what they have created. So if you're not familiar with xnellynelx and Norrlyth, they do a lot of homebrew design in IPs, worlds that are not related to Marvel. So they tend to do a lot of the outside Marvel sort of stuff. So if that's something that's interests you, or if there's a particular world that you are a big fan of that's not Marvel or DC as well, hey, they might have you covered. So I'm going to dive into the screen sharing here and go through some of the stuff, and pretty much all of their stuff is hosted on the Marvel United wiki in the non-Marvel section. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. So let's check it out if I can do that. Here we go. So we're going here, I think. Let's have a look. All right, so we're at the Marvel United wiki. We're in the homebrew tab here, and we're down in the non-Marvel section. I just want to show you as well, if you just click on homebrew, you'll also see a list here that has links to the Marvel and the other sort of worlds here. But you can see, and it would be nice, we really should get around to trying to link, as long as they're happy with, for it, link some of the other ranges like Luki 19 and Divided Skies, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. It'd be great to have that sort of stuff linked here too. But you can see here there's a whole range of other universes down here. So this is another place you can get to it, and you can see some great designs that are trending down here as well. But if we have a look back up at the tabs here, you can also click on this, and this will take you just directly to the non-Marvel stuff as well. Well, you'll see pretty much all the same designs here. But holy moly, let's check this stuff out. So I'm just going to go down through the list, and bear with me here, guys, but I just wanted to show you how much great stuff there is. So the Castlevania range, this is a xnellynelx range, and this is sort of inspired, I think, originally by the Netflix animated series, but then he's also sort of expanded it out. So you can see, I love this guy, Grant Dynasty. I love that name, Dynasty Warriors. All right, so so yeah, he's based it on this Netflix series, but then he's also expanded it out to, I think, include some characters from the games and stuff as well, because obviously Castlevania, I believe, originated as a game series back in the 80s, I want to say. I don't actually know if the games were based on an existing property or not, but I certainly remember them being a little sort of not, I guess, side-scrolling, like a platformer sort of game back in the day. But you can see the ton. Look at this. So all this is pretty common throughout these guys' designs, like tons of choices. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 heroes there, plus a ninth here, plus a villain. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 villains. Amazing. And also 27 locations. Holy moly for Castlevania. So really cool. And then what Nelly Nell does when he's showing off his or putting up his characters, what he'll do, the page that hosts it, he'll have like a little background sort of thing and a bit of a blurb about it here. But he links all of the stuff in, if we go back here, in here. So you when I put my stuff up, I tend to sort of have the links at each character's thingy. But just to remember, when you're doing this, you can either go straight to the tabletop simulator link if you want to play it online, or you can go here and then you can get access to all of them. So this is quite handy when you're like looking to sort of download stuff to print. You can just go straight into one, into the original host page here and print that all off. So let's go down. Where are we going back? Let's go back to Alucard. And then the other cool thing he does is he sort of lists a little graphic here that shows you sort of like the relative strengths and weaknesses of the characters with their different action spreads. So that's pretty cool as well. So amazing. So look at all that. So and this is just one world that he's created. So if we go back to how do we get back here? Where do I want to go? Let's go back to non-Marvel. So that was Castlevania from Nelly Nell. We've got, now check this one out. This is My Hero Academia. All right. So if you thought that was a lot, so we've got an anti-hero, And then we've got all, we're still scrolling, all of these heroes. Amazing. So it includes all 20 of the characters from the class that the TV show sort of follows, plus additional students from other classes, a whole bunch of their teachers, other heroes from just like the professional heroes out in the world. So many different heroes here. Look at all these villains as well, an amazing amount of villains. This villain here is almost like a separate little special mission, like a triple villain sort of fight here. But then he's also got the entrance exam mode here. And has he got, let me just see here. Is it listed up here? Maybe it's not hosted on here yet, but there's also, he's actually got another mode on top of this, which is the battle trial. It's not listed here, is it? So he's actually got 2 different modes now. Plus he's got a hero team deck as well, based on the students and teachers from class 1A. So just a ton of stuff in here. And again, if we click on a character, let's have a look at, let's see if Snipe's up and running yet, because Snipe's a pretty recent one. Yep, there you go. He's also very good at keeping this, his pages up to date. I've got to go and use these holidays to go back and sort of put a bunch of background dividers and blurbs into a lot of my characters that I put up. So yeah, he takes care of you with this stuff. So you can see all this information about his characters there as well. So that's the My Hero Academia range. Tons of characters here. And then if we keep going through, are we in? Oh no, hold on, we've gone to the wrong page. Whoops. Let's go here. Now we've got Naruto. Now I've actually just started collecting some Naruto characters, or printing them out, and I'm watching the show as well. And as I'm watching the show, I'm like, oh, I know that guy. I've seen him in xnellynelx characters and stuff. So this is another huge world. And I think this one might have been one of his first worlds, if not his first world that he started making characters for. And as you can see, there's a ton of characters here too. Lots of anti-heroes in this range, which is awesome. A lot of heroes. We've got tons of villains here. Lots of locations as well. I forgot to point out the locations in the what do you call it, the My Hero world as well. But a lot of stuff here. And then if we go, let's have a look at, well, actually, let's go into the drive here if we can. And if we have a look at some of these characters here, let's go into an anti-hero. Let's see who's going to have, maybe this character will have, I think this is the character that's got some cool stuff. If we have a look at the hero here, and ProPrint, let's just hope, yes, here we go. So you can see he also has mastered the art of making, if we can have a look here, equipment cards as well. So this one's really cool. He's got these masks. So when another hero is KO'd, you swap one card from your hand with one of theirs face up in the storyline, and that card now belongs to you. So you can like take other characters' abilities and things like that. So that he's got a lot of really fun, creative ways of making his equipment cards and stuff. So that's really cool as well. And there you go. So also some unique ways to sort of recharge the cards as well. So if we go back, let's see if I can find, let's go back to this one, I think. Yep, hopefully we're still showing this. So lots and lots of characters here. I think I've printed off Naruto and who is it, the old guy, where is he? Don't recognize his name now. I can't find it, but I also printed off this guy, Might Guy, and I was like, when I started watching the series, I was like, oh man, I should have printed off Sasuke and what's her name? There's a girl. Let's see if I can find her name here. Not Hyuga. This must be really interesting for you guys watching me try and work out. Here we go, Sakura, I think. And I was like, oh, they're sort of like the original team. I should have like picked those characters. But then as soon as I saw Mike Guy appear in the series, I was like, oh no, this guy's awesome. I'm glad I printed him off. So he's really cool. Him and Rock Lee are really funny. So yeah, lots of great stuff here. If we go back into our homebrew non-Marvel stuff. We keep going down. Now, One Piece, this is really interesting because this is Helios 23, who we mentioned the other day, has created such a huge, look at this range of characters here. But some of these characters are actually also by xnellynelx. Some of his earlier stuff he was working on these characters. So he's done a bunch of the Straw Hat characters. So he's got a few there, and he's also got some villains as well. If we go down to the villain section here, some of these characters like Don Krieg and Buggy the Clown and stuff are his characters as well. So he's also dabbled in the One Piece universe. And we keep going down, down, down. We have a look here now. The Marvel vs. Capcom universe. This is where we start to look at Norrlyth stuff, because Norrlyth, even though I sort of made a bunch of the Street Fighter characters here, Norrlyth had actually started this universe with Ryu, so he made the Ryu character there. Plus, he's done a bunch of like the Capcom characters as well. So he's done Monster Hunter and Phoenix Wright. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I think Hiryu, the ninja guy, and I think and Zero and a bunch of others there. Plus, he's made an Akuma villain, and I think I'm trying to think if he's made another one. I'm not sure. Oh, well, I guess Shuma Gorath. Yes, there we go. Shuma Gorath is also a Marvel, not Marvel. Oh yeah, no, sorry, a Marvel character. Yep, in the Marvel vs. Capcom game. So this is what sort of inspired me to get into making the Street Fighter character. So I'm really thankful for Norrlyth for sort of like getting the ball rolling on that one, and sort of I was like, oh yeah, that's a great universe. We should let's make some more of that stuff. So yeah, fantastic work there. And also, I think he's also made some locations as well. But if you go into his files, I think all of his files are listed here, so you don't have to go down and click on each one. Yeah, they're all in here, and I think all of his. Actually, let's have a look. Actually, let's see if this will link to it. Da, da, da. Oh no, sorry, this is the tabletop simulator thing. But yeah, this is all listed in here too as well. So there we go. Alrighty then. So this must be what we're looking at, the print folder. Here we go. Yes, here we go. So we've got locations for all the, he's got a bunch of the Street Fighter Street Fighter locations there. What villains? Yep, okay, so Shuma Gorath there as well. And here's his hero, so you can see Dante as well. And what's this hiding here? Don't switch, get there, there we go. Yeah, we can see all those characters there, so fantastic. I really like Amaterasu, this one's really cool. The the dog, or dog spirit or something. I'm not really sure what the story behind that one is, but very cool. And so let's keep going. Let's keep going down the non-Marvel track here. And we've got Overwatch. So this is a whole new world based on the video game that xnellynelx has created. So again, now this is really cool as well. He's got some really interesting, cool characters here. He's got a few villains started off here, but he's also in this world. He's incorporated a new ability, a new sort of like kind of like a new mode where he's got these ultimate abilities. So the characters, the villains, and this was something he was making before. If we have a look here, before they even sort of came out with the DC stuff, he had this idea of the ultimate ability for both the villains and the heroes. So if we have a look at the Google Drive link here, and we go into some of these villains, let's have a look at Junkrat and Roadhog. They're a double threat here. And we have a look here. Yes, you can see this idea, and so he's just updated the graphics to sort of incorporate that idea into this. So, but he's using the symbology from the DC stuff now. So that looks really cool as well. And then if we have a look at the, let's keep going back. We'll have a look at the heroes. So what they have instead is they have these ultimate abilities. So they have these extra 13th cards in the deck. And then if you complete that third mission, you can choose to either draw a card as normal, or you can add that ultimate ability to your hand instead, which is essentially like drawing a card. And it gives you some really powerful boost. So if we have a look in here, and let's have a look at Reinhardt. All right, so Reinhardt's this big armored guy. And if we have a look at his ultimate ability card here, it's like a super duper powerful one here. So 2 punches in your location, then 2 punches in an adjacent location, and if a villain is in either of these locations, delay the next villain turn by 1 additional hero turn. So, you know, big clutch power. Yes, the enemies are getting tougher as they sort of level up as well, but if you can complete that 3rd mission, you might get the power you need to sort of stop them in their tracks, sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, lots and lots of heroes in this world. He's just getting started with the villains. But yeah, very cool. And I've printed off a whole bunch of these now, so I'm hoping to show these guys off more on the channel, because they are a lot of fun. So let's have a look here at the next list here. We have the Pathfinder. Now, this is a great universe that this is sort of like your it's like an alternate D&D sort of world, isn't it, Pathfinder? I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with this. And this is a big favorite of xnellynelx himself. And he said to me that he doesn't have a lot of people asking for this, but he makes this world just for himself because he loves it so much. Look at all these heroes here. He's got some villains here, but this is really interesting. He's got these archetypes, which are like little personal team decks, I guess. So they're the team deck sort of mechanic, the idea of having like a little deck that sits off to the side that you can draw from, but it might have like a weakness sort of hiding inside it, is something that is created for this. So it's a bit like, you know, when you're doing your D&D or your fantasy sort of role-playing games and things like that, you often have like classes and that sort of thing, and that's so the sort of concept that's going on here. So you can sort of like add, you know, a duelist or sentry or agent, you know, these types of archetypes, and sort of attach them to your heroes and give them these abilities, sort of thing, which is pretty cool. And if we go back, let's go back to Pathfinder United, and you can see, let's have a look. I really like, oh, and I'm not going to be able to remember the name of this one. Let's just have a look at this one. Oh, here we go. So you've got your knight, your sort of paladin looking one. But I want to show you, there's one I really like. It's like a monk. Did I just click on the same thing? No. Okay, that's not the monk though, but she looks cool. Some sort of mage, dangerous sorcery. So you can get the sense of like what sorts of characters are coming up in these. Well, you got the little goblin guy. Yes, very cool. And where is but it's gonna be the last one I click on. No, okay. Very cool though. Let's see. Sagen? There we go. Yeah, the monk. The monk's really cool. And there's some really cool sort of this path to perfection. There's a lot of really cool mechanics that that xnellynelx has put into these ones, so a lot of fun as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's head out of this and go to. Ooh, let's go now to the not Red Dragon Inn, World of Warcraft. So again, now these next few here are going to be Norrlyth's creations as well. And so if you like your Warcraft stuff, this is one I've slept on a little bit. I haven't really sort of looked at it a lot because I was never really big fan of Warcraft itself, but or World of Warcraft. But that might sound blasphemous. Apologies, but there's a ton of characters here. I didn't realize how big this range had gotten. But again, he's got his locations, tons of locations there. He's got his heroes, and let's see. Who did I see? Here we go. Volva. So look at this. Look at this awesome, giant, scary character here. I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Let's have a look at some of the special rules here. So this turn, you may use your stars in any hero's location, including KO'd heroes. That's pretty cool. And of course the Lich King, right? Turn all civilians into thugs, then deal 1 damage per thug in your location to 1 target. So some really cool, like, thematic sort of like raising the army of the dead sort of ability. So I was like, oh yes, these are some cool characters. And I think if we go back into let's exit that. So great range there. But if we go back into Norrlyth's next world, the Red Dragon. And I loved the sound of this character here. So look at all these characters here. We've got all these cool characters you probably recognize from the Red Dragon in world. And if we have a look at this one here, this Tinkerer one, I love the sound of this. So, oopsie. So if a card has Tinker, shuffle all 3 Tinker cards, which you have like a little separate Tinker card deck, I think, and draw 1 card from the Tinker deck, and then apply that Tinker result to the card you just played. So you can sort of like almost craft different effects for the cards that you're playing, sort of thing, which is really cool. So I really like the idea of that. That sounds awesome. So I think I've slept on a lot of Norrlyth stuff recently, and I think I'm going to have to sort of print off a bunch of it and show it off on the on the channel, because there's a lot of really cool stuff. As I was researching this, and I was going, oh yeah, I've got to show off some of Norrlyth stuff that I remember. I was like, oh, look at all this new stuff that I haven't seen, or it might not even be new stuff, but it was just stuff I wasn't looking at. And holy moly, there's a lot of good stuff here. So I'm really impressed by that. That sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to trying that Wizghoul character. And then we have, now this is Mortal Kombat range. And for those of you who saw the video the other day, I showed off Big Head Chibi's range of Street Fighter stuff. They've got an awesome range of Mortal Kombat characters as well. So you'll probably find a lot of these characters you can actually have models for as well. And he's made a lot of characters here, and I don't think oh yes, he's got them listed here. So Rain, this is the one that I'm hoping we can show off. So I'll just see, let's have a look. So this is the character here, Rain, and we've got a plan to show this off on the channel soon as well. So that'll be cool. But let's go back. And have a look at some of these heroes here. So I'd like to see Johnny Cage, actually. I love Johnny Cage. Look, he's a cool guy. Let's see if we can go into the files. You can find all the content here. Oh, no, that's Tabletop Simulator. Print, yeah, here we go, the decks here. So let's have a look here. I want to see, now, this is interesting, the cameo rules. I forgot about this as well. So if you have a look here, this is another range that NellynL and Norrlyth have created with their own cool, unique twists on the game that add a little flair to it. So Norrlyth has added here the cameo rule. So all Mortal Kombat fighters designate one other hero as their cameo fighter. So you can choose that from game to game. And then some of their special abilities may cause the designated hero to perform an additional ability. So that's pretty cool. And it actually sounds like a better version of what I had tried to do with the Muso link. These ones sound like they're probably a little bit more versatile and a little bit more likely to sort of come up and be usable. But let's have a look. He's even got team decks. This is something that I haven't seen before. The team decks for Mortal Kombat, the Outworld Royal Family team decks. So that's pretty cool. Excellent. Let's have a look at this card here. When adding a team deck to your game, all heroes being used must be part of the same team. Okay, and the hard challenge difficulty should be used. Okay, so we take out the double wilds. That team deck is shuffled and placed face down. Okay, yep. Okay, so heroes usable. So the Outworld family is Ermac, Melina, Sindel, and Kitana. Well, there you go. And then just give you some ideas for some of the cards here. So coordinated assault. There we go. Through it all. Awesome. Welcome surprise. Is this Ermac? I'm guessing this is Ermac. I don't know much about the Mortal Kombat world. All right, let's go back into Mortal Kombat. Let's check out some of these heroes. So Johnny Cage is who we were going to look at, wasn't it? All right, let's check out Johnny Cage here, see what he's up to. All right. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, is that what he's? Okay, I was hoping that. Let's have a look. Yes, awesome. He's doing his jump down sort of move there. I hope he's sort of punching that guy in the nuts, because that's the thing I remember about Johnny Cage. Punch in your location. If the villain is in this location, cancel the next movement. Yes, that's very thematic. I like that. And then cameo, you may move to Cage's location. Awesome. He's got action star. Awesome. Turn. Oh, this is okay. This is like the other guy in the other range. Turn all thugs into civilians. And then if you've got cameo, if you are in Cage's location, you may rescue one, or rescue two. Sorry, in this location. If you're in an adjacent location, you may rescue one. That's awesome. I like the idea of this cameo stuff. This gives some really cool sort of effects, and they seem like they would be more prevalent. Yeah, that's really cool. The truth is, I am the special effects. Awesome. That's cool. And this is what I love about Norrlyth stuff. He's got a lot of really cool, like funny little clever names and stuff for his cards, and yeah, puts a lot of humor and character into his cards. I love it. Awesome. So that's the Mortal Kombat world. And if we just go back, I think that might have been all of the worlds there. Let's have a look here. So, but that's like, check that out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, 8, 9, 10. 10 different worlds that these guys together have created. And that's not to mention the lamb. This is an awesome character that I'm not sure where this is accessible. I guess if you can get into one of the drives here for because it's one of Norrlyth's characters, I wonder if it's accessible through one of these drives if you just sort of click back on the larger ones. But that's a lot of fun as well, and I think it's also on the TTS links as well. Very cool. You can also find Norrlyth, and I'll just stop sharing now. Hopefully I'll come back here. You can find a lot of their stuff as well, or at least them talking about it. And I think they post them up there as well in the Marvel United, Simon United Discord as well. So Norrlyth's got his own little homebrew post there. And apologies, I'm missing all of these. Oh my goodness, look at all this conversation. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. I'll try and catch up on the conversation, but there's a there's a lot of stuff in the Discord as well, so check them out there. And I think xnellynelx is like a mod in the Discord or something as well, so that's pretty cool. We're still on the oh no, only seeing the site still. What did I do? How did I? What was I doing? We're still on the Naruto homepage. Is that because it was? Well, apologies if you guys weren't seeing anything I was describing there. I don't know if that's something to do with that glitch that happened before, or if I just messed up the screen sharing. So we're still on the Naruto homepage, only seeing the site still. Always pronounce it Ryu. I think Ryu is how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I grew up with all my mates and stuff calling it Ryu. And so I just always call him Ryu. Or unless you're talking about Ryu as in the ninja guy that was in the Marvel vs. Capcom range that wasn't. Yeah, anyway. Sorry, we can't see the other window, only the wiki window. Oh, bummer. Okay, sorry guys, because I couldn't see your your what do you call it? The comments feeds while I was off there. My apologies. Mr. Monkey, you guys are sorry. Frantically. Yeah, sorry guys. Whilst I'm sharing the screen there, I've got it set up so that I can't see this. So I'm glad you guys are having your own conversation. Very cool. Not too bad having visionary problems until Monday, which kind of sucks. Oh, that's not good. Well, I hope that gets sorted out for you, Sin. Oh no, somehow got a cut in my eye. Oh man, yikes! That sucks. Mortal Kombat would be interesting to see how it plays. Also, apparently, it sounds like it would be interesting to see it all if I had shown that off properly. Let me see. I want to take a bash at classic timeline Mortal Kombat, as there would be a bit more to work with. Hopefully, it heals. Oh man, after yesterday's stream, I want to take another look into what I have done for a MGS version. MGS. Is that Magic Gathering something? Because I know MGS. Mega Man or something? What are you talking about there, Sin? If you're still here, I've got some drops, and each time you open the cards in a new window, we missed it. Bummer. Huh. I wonder if that's because it doesn't want me to share, because they're links to people's like Google Drives, so maybe I haven't got permission to it. That's probably a Metal Gear Solid, of course. Metal Gear Solid. Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But trust me, check out those. Check out that Marvel United stuff, and because I don't think I think that's the problem. So I don't think I'm going to be able to show that off. Well, I've got a solution. I've got a solution. But just going back to Metal Gear Solid, that reminds me. There's another. I don't know if I don't think it's you in the Discord, Sin. There's a guy who goes by Snake Plissken, and is Snake Plissken the guy from Metal Gear Solid? And he's been showing off some great 3D models. So he's making his own range of 3D models, it looks like, and also some different. I think he's working on some homebrew stuff as well. But that's another up and coming like model maker, 3D model maker as well. So keep an eye out. I don't think that's ready to go yet. I don't think he's set up his Patreon yet or anything like that. But I think it's coming in the works or something like that. So check out the Discord in the homebrew section to check that out. And maybe just keep an eye on that, and he might sort of announce, when his Patreon's coming up and that sort of thing as well. Escape from New York. Oh, see, I always thought, because I knew that Snake Plissken was in Escape from New York, and I thought, oh no, the guy's name is Solid Snake, isn't it? I think I've always thought that, like, for some reason in that Metal Gear Solid game, that for some reason the characters, the people who designed that game liked that movie so much that they put that character in their game. But I'm now just realizing it's not the same character at all. Is that right? Is he called Solid Snake? He was the inspiration. Oh, there you go. I wasn't totally wrong. I was vindicated. All right. He was the inspiration. Well, there you go. So yes. Okay, he's kind of adjacent. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, yes, my solution. That's right, because I happen to have that. This is my other plan as well all along. Did I? I don't even think I brought in Chibi Galactus. I totally forgot to do the Chibi Galactus thing. Let's see what Chibi Galactus was going to bring us. It's going to be a surprise. Is it? Oh, look, it's xnellynel and Norrlyth. What a surprise. Sorry about that, Chibi Galactus. Man, I'm having all sorts of technical issues today. But let's show off some of these things I was talking about. Now, I don't have a lot of Norrlyth stuff. As I was saying, I've kind of slept on a lot of that stuff and haven't printed it out. But I do have some, and I wanted to show you my favorite card in all of Marvel United. It happens to be a Norrlyth one, and that is this one here. The defense is ready to present, and it's a picture of this lawyer, Phoenix Wright, with Galactus squeezed into the courtroom, and I just think that's the coolest picture and coolest card ever. Yeah. So, and it gives you another hero a wild token, so that's pretty cool as well. I like my wilds, so that's cool. But we've got like objection. So see what I mean? He's always got these like really cool humorous sort of cards and stuff. Investigation, he's got the book on his head. So some really cool characters, some really cool stuff. I talked about, I think I showed off Amaterasu, the dog. So let's show that off if I didn't show that off properly. Here he is here. This is a Marvel vs. Capcom character. This is one by, I love my double wilds. This is one by, whoa. Let's show that off. Sunrise. This is one by Norrlyth. So very cool. Here is, I don't know if this was showing up, the ultimate abilities rules for the Overwatch stuff. And here is a ton of Overwatch characters. Okay, we've got Mercy. And she's got, this is her ultimate ability, I think, here. So this one says, you may flip one of your face down cards in the storyline face up, and then when using Heroes Never Die, the KO'd hero does not need to be in your location. So that's pretty cool here. Let's find out what that's referring to. Heroes Never Die, so that's this one here. When another hero in your location would be KO'd, you may flip this card. If you do, they draw a card instead of discarding their last card. And so obviously with the ultimate there, you can sort of do that across the board. And like, and this is xnellynel I'm speaking about now. He does a really good job of creating a system in his decks. So for example, we've got this system based around that card. He's got a few copies of this thing called Heroes Never Die. When another hero in your location would be KO'd, you may flip this card. If you do, you can draw it. They can draw a card instead of discarding it. So she basically sort of keeps people alive, revives them, sort of thing, right? But it requires you to be in that location. But that's why he's got this Guardian Angel card, which is an always in effect card, a starting hand card. When using movement, you may move to another hero's location instead of an adjacent location. So he creates this system where you can synergize off other cards in your system. So this one, you need to get to other people to revive them, to be in a spot to make sure they're, or, you know, protected in case they're about to get hit. This card gives you that ability to get in there, sort of thing. And xnellynelx cards, like his decks, they all have great stuff like that. So, for example, here you have Tracer. This is another one in the Overwatch collection, right? So Overwatch, she's really cool. And she's got these cards called Blink. So she's got a bunch of these cards. And then for each of your face-up Blink cards in the storyline, you may move one location clockwise. And so you want to have lots of these down in the storyline. She's got 2 or 3 of those cards in her deck. But then she's also got this recall. So you can move to another hero starting, move to the hero starting location, draw until you have 3 cards in hand, but you're drawing them from the latest face-up cards in the storyline, except this one. It doesn't give you anything here, but yeah, it gives you a chance to sort of like build up a powerful hand. So you can either use that to build up great cards that you've got, or like using that system, you can draw more of those Blink cards. So you can draw a couple of them, and then you might have some previous ones further in the track, and then you can keep using this thing where you have lots of Blink cards in the storyline and get that sort of extra movement that you might need. So lots of great little bits and pieces that combine together to make a really cool working synergizing deck in these cards. So you saw a huge range there of characters from Overwatch. We've got some villains here from Overwatch. This is Junkrat and Roadhog. Then we've got, if I reach over here, boy, oh boy, we've got, here's Hiryu, or Hirayu, or Ryu, maybe it's just Ryu, maybe the H is silent. Objection. So here's that ninja guy we're talking about, and Big Head Chibis makes a version of this guy as well, and he makes these like shadow clone things as well. So you can put these clone tokens down, and they sort of act as decoys. And he's got a cool range of cards there. Whoa, I'm not very good at these cameras, am I? What am I doing here? Oh, yep, that looks good. Oh. Incredible speed. So you got like these really cool abilities, and they all sort of like link off the tokens and stuff. So that's really cool. And then we have a whole range of Freedom 5 characters and the Sentinels of the Oh, I don't even think I showed you guys the Sentinels of the Multiverse range there. I know I've showed these guys off before on the camera, but I think I sort of must have skipped past them in the in that page. But he's got a whole bunch of these guys in here. I'll show you. I've almost got a full box of these in here. I've got my Ninja Turtles on one side up here, I think, but then the rest of this box is all full of Sentinels of the Multiverse. And then we have 2 full boxes of these, the entirety of the My Hero range as well. So there's all the villains, and then he's got a full box of the heroes as well. So just a ton of content. So let's see, Metal Gear Solid 2 Solid Snake used the same name as the guy from Escape from New York. There you go. As a cover. I like it. Objection. Go the Wilds. That's right. So good use of DC styled effects. Yeah, and that's I really like the ultimate ability as well. So we see those things that a lot of the homebrewers, besides Nelly as well, are putting in these, like the flip locations and those sorts of things. Although we have seen some of those in earlier Marvel United stuff, they just didn't have all the symbology and stuff as well. But I really like this ultimate ability, which is sort of like taking that sort of under pressure new mechanic sort of thing and sort of giving the heroes a bit of a version of that as well, which is cool. So I know a good theme for messing with timelines. Oh, Doctor Who, as time is just wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. That's a cool idea, yeah. Because I love the idea of like playing with the timeline stuff as well, right? So that's why I really like that Blink character or Tracer character and stuff. And Dan, if you're still watching, I'm getting pretty close to Sleepwalker as well, and this idea of like traveling through the storyline, as in going through the different characters' dreams and stuff in the dream state. And I got really lost in the woods and got really complicated with it, and then I sort of pared it back, and I've come up with like a really nice streamlined version of it. But now I've hit this point where I'm like, I've done more research reading the comics, and I've realized I don't think Sleepwalker goes into different people's dreams at all. I think he just literally goes into that Rick Sheridan's dreams and comes out and fights crime and then goes back inside his dreams. So it makes no sense for him to be traveling through the storyline and going through other people's dreams. And I'm really sad about that because I really want that mechanic to happen, but I don't think it suits Sleepwalker. So let's have a look. It's been a while since I've read it. Yeah. So I don't know. Do I have your permission to completely make a character that doesn't suit him at all, so that he can go through the storyline, or should I rethink that and just not do that? Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows more about, is it any, like, does anyone know the Sleepwalker character? Would it make any sense at all for him to be able to go through other people's dreams and sort of like, I know he's got the warp gaze and he messes with them. I've got that effect happening as well, but the idea of like having a little sleepwalk token that goes across the timeline to represent sort of like going through people's dreams, I don't think he does it. It's all about the leg warmers. That's right. So and the thing is, I've got to work it out because I've got art coming from Erwin Thunder. Is my latest project. I've got art coming for Sleepwalker there. So, man, I did some great playtesting with Nelly Nell the other day on him, and then after all of that, I've read some more, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy doesn't actually go into anyone else's dreams other than Rick Sheridan's. I don't think. I could be wrong with that, but yeah, I don't know what to do. So I really want to do it anyway, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Maybe we can make up it's a new storyline for Sleepwalker. He's got the ability to go into other people's dreams now or something. But yeah, I digress. I've sort of gone off track there. But just when you said about Doctor Who and the going through the timeline, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that's who we should. Maybe we should maybe we should work on another character or something, but still very cool. Well, I hope you guys, apologies to Nelly Nell and Norrlyth, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about them. I don't know how much I was actually showing off though, which is a real shame because they have some good stuff. So, well, tell me this, guys, were you seeing, versus Freddy? Now, Freddy Krueger that's an interesting thing. He definitely would go through people's dreams, but also he's a jerk and he's scary. So I don't know if I want to make cards for him. Also, he'd be more of a villain, but that'd be an interesting thing of like traveling through the characters' cards. Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, but yeah, in this live stream, were you guys able to see when I was going, at least showing off like the pages in the wiki? So like, because I guess the good thing is that Nelly Nell and Norrlyth show off a lot of their stuff on the wiki, like you can see the images and the backstories and stuff. Were you guys seeing that? Hopefully, so at least you could get a bit of a sense. The wiki worked fine. Okay. Ah, bummer. Okay, so so I'm glad you guys got to see that stuff at least, so you could see just how many things that they're working on and that sort of stuff as well. But apologies you didn't get to see some of the cards themselves. So yeah, but holy moly, they do a lot of stuff. So I'm really thankful to those guys because they've just made such a huge range of cards. So and a range of different worlds and stuff. So that there's stuff to suit lots of people's tastes and stuff. With that. So if you are someone who has Marvel United or just getting into Marvel United, but you're also into some other IPs, other ranges and things like that, definitely a lot to check out there. And as a last little comment, this is not xnellynelx or Norrlyth working on stuff, but there is someone who's just like literally just in the last hour or two, I think, posted something to the Discord community in Homebrew, and they're working on a Cthulhu Death May Die mod of Marvel United, which I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But I'm also very unhappy because I thought I was going to get away with not backing the latest version of the latest Kickstarter, but now I'm going to have to rethink that. I think it's actually on GameFound, isn't it? But the latest Cthulhu Death May Die crowdfunding thing. So I'll have to have a look and see. But I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in the first 2 seasons that we've got to play with in that if we do go with a Marvel United range of that stuff. But that was very exciting to see. So check that out if you're in the Discord. Freddie might be able to have you randomly play a card. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Simon are exclusive to GameFound. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, GameFound. It's just one of those things. It's like Band-Aid, right? Like when I talk about like getting a little bandage strip, I say Band-Aid, but that's just the name of like one particular brand of them, right? But I call all of those little strips Band-Aids. And it's the same thing, like, so a crowdfunding thing I call a Kickstarter, even though it's not necessarily on Kickstarter. I think I'm going to have to train my brain to sort of say crowdfunding instead of Kickstarter, I think. But I think people mostly sort of know what you mean when you say that. But yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys. I better stop rabbiting on because I should. Oh wow, I've gone for another hour this time. An hour that you guys couldn't see. Sorry, guys. But I've got to get gaming for this playthrough. Hopefully, that's given me enough time to charge up the camera and stuff. But it's been a lot of fun chatting. Sin, I hope that goes well for you on Monday. Getting your eye worked on there. So good luck. Yeah, stay safe. Thanks everyone for chatting and, and entertaining yourselves while I was off in the woods. But yeah, good luck with your projects there as well. Good luck with the Metal Gear Solid stuff too. Yeah, you might have to check that out. You know what would be interesting, a Metal Gear Solid thing, maybe looking at the Arkham Breakout sort of thing, the idea of like escaping, and you could look at like a reskin of that mode or something like that, like the Ravencroft thing that Rick Nichols did. Food for thought anyway. But lots of cool stuff there. Did a bunch of horror characters. Yeah. Who are these guys? Jason Bourne. Yeah, that'd be cool. Freddy Krueger, Pinhead. That'd be a cool world to get into, because I don't think I've seen anyone do that yet as well. So lots of cool stuff there. Anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. xnellynelx and Norrlyth leading the way, inspiring folks, reminding them about all the other different worlds we could make the United system fit to as well. So very cool stuff. Don't forget to enter that competition if you haven't already. If you want to win a copy of one of the Santas, and hope to get that up and running, like a playthrough of that soon. You might be able to see. Oh, that's the first time I've got the right hand. You might be able to see right there's a little undercoated Santa. So I'm trying my best to sort of get stuck in with that and get some painting done. So hopefully I'll have him painted by the time I can do the playthrough. So awesome. Well, thank you very much, guys. Apologies for the ramshackle nature of this one, and big apologies to Norrlyth and xnellynelx for stuffing up my tour of their great works. But hopefully you guys get a sense for just what great, amazing stuff they've done. And if I haven't emphasized it enough, if I haven't made the point, I want to leave you with the last thing. Jack Black film Santa, yeah. If I haven't made this point clear enough, xnellynelx and Norrlyth stuff is great. Like, check it out. The way that they create their decks to work together, obviously you can see that they've worked together a lot themselves, and got a really good sort of balance going with themselves in their play testing and stuff, but their stuff is always really cool. So it's definitely worth the printout, and definitely worth checking it out, even if it's on Tabletop Simulator. I highly recommend trying it. So awesome. Thanks, guys. Meeple Monkey out, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.